the lookout tower at Pipestem, I believe it's called Pipestem Knob up here. And just walked all the way up the path, so I'm going to be pretty winded. It's kind of like a series of switchbacks up a steep side of a hill. But anyway, I wanted to come up here and see what the morning light looked like. It's the sun's already come up, so I missed that part. Looks like they're doing some work at the top. I'll have to let me all the way up there. We shall see. Oh, I see the sun through the trees. It's actually up quite a bit. I think I'm probably a good half hour, 45 minutes late. Anyway, the elevation here appears to be 3,000 feet. Okay, so here we go. Okay, there's a shadow of the tower against the trees. That's me over on the right hand side. Actually waving my cup of tea back and forth, but you don't see me too well, but anyway, there I am. Yay! Okay, let's see. Oh, still can't see too much detail. But anyway, with the sun behind me and the big tower, there we are. And again, major panoramic view up here. The sun's way up now, so it's a little bit hard to see when you put a lot into it. Anyway, still see the fog filling those valleys up. Pretty cool. Such a beautiful morning. A little bit of wind blowing up here. Don't know the exact temperature, but very comfortable. I'm wearing like a hoodie. And this is quite the morning.
Okay. And that's for feeding pine cones, or spruce cones. Right here. And it's kind of interesting, they're doing a lot of studies right now because different crossbills, red crossbills, have different sized beaks, and according to the size of the beak determines which they feed in, spruce cones or fir cones or pine cones. And so they're thinking there may actually be, I think, as many as 11 or 12 different species of red crossbill based on that beak shape or beak size and their food preference. But right now they're just calling them all red crossbills. Right, there's two species, there's a white crossbill.
Which beak goes in first? Is it the top one hooks it?
Are you serious?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. That's a good question. I'm not sure. But I can tell you there's right-beaked birds and left-beaked birds.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, because I've seen that. Yeah, they're right and left. Yeah, I've seen that, so I can tell you that. But I don't know which would go in first.
They go more to the right as they go into it?
Probably the way they turn their head, I imagine.
So if the pine cones are up like this, then apparently then the top gets in there.
Two.
Shoves it, and then
Toby, the male is black on top and the female is brown on top. And
oh, sorry.
Now I think they're calling them eastern tobies, but in this book it's probably rufous-sided toby.
They're so pretty.
And then you hear the blue jays. A lot of people don't realize blue jays are migratory. This time of year you see big flocks of blue jays going over. We have blue jays year-round, but not necessarily the same ones.
Okay, so the northern ones come down here, and
the ones from Canada and New England may come down here for the winter. Ours may go down to see y'all in Florida for the winter.
Yeah.
And so you have blue jays all year, but not the same individuals. So the way they know that is bird banders, catching and putting bands on their legs that have numbers, and then when they recover them, you know, if you have a blue jay here and you thought he lived here all year, and all of a sudden he shows up in Florida. Or you got him in the wintertime and he shows up in Canada, you know that he's traveled that far. Yeah.
The white-breasted nuthatch, see those all the time running up and down trees and stuff, but about every 3 or 4 years I'll see 1 or 2 red-breasted nuthatches. They're smaller, they're real in your face. If you're filming with a bird feeder, they'll land on a bird feeder and say, "Are you done yet?" You know, I mean, they're just right there.
Yeah,
I mean, they'll get almost within arm's reach of you and just look at you. You know.
We had a hummingbird feeder on the front porch.
Move over here, and that way you won't have to look inside.
We ran out of the feed. Okay. Yeah, and this one hummingbird went over to the feeder. It was empty.
Yeah.
And we were sitting on the front porch. Came right over in front of us. Just looked at us, then went back to the bird feeder, and we just sat there, and he came back again like, okay, get up, get me some food. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
He went out on a wire and just waited, and then he came down to check it, and finally we brought some more out because it was like obvious, and that's what he wanted.
What part of get me some food do you not understand?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he's stupid.
But he was just so close.
I mean, like you said, it's in your face, you know.
Yeah.
No question about what he was doing.
Let me ask you about this. We have a female cardinal that evidently looking at her reflection in the glass. We've got glass around our deck all the way around the side of the house, and the bird will land in front of the window and just kind of look real upset, and then start flapping and hitting against the glass, and will do that all the way around the deck. And anyway, her mate. Yeah, exactly. No, her mate will just sit out there and look at her like, what in the world is she doing? And I've even seen her on top of the truck, seeing her reflection and jumping up and down, stomping on herself. And
Territorial thing.
yeah, I mean, but she's the only one that does it.
Trying to run it off.
I guess it's just.
So that's why you have those black strips around the glass of the
Well,
center?
more so with what's going on at the nature center, the birds see the reflection of the trees in the sky and they think they can fly through. And so they'll hit it hard enough it'll kill them. Usually with what they're doing at his house, it's just enough to, they're trying to chase a bird off. And they usually don't hurt themselves. They may
she'll do it for an hour or two, and just against the glass, and she'll just go up right at the glass and smacking at it.
The males do it more than the females.
Yeah, well, this one here, the male sits there and watches, and this female.
Females will do it.
Yeah, we named her Mrs. Kravitz after the after the lady on Bewitched. Yeah, because she's always looking at the windows and wondering what's going on, you know. And yeah. Anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It's territorial.
Okay.
And they'll do anything shiny. I saw a male cardinal under one of those aluminum sliding boards one time, fighting his image in the bottom of the sliding board. It's that urge to run off the competition.
How many times do we do that as humans?
Oh, think back to when you were a teenager.